Hello YouTube and welcome to I believe my second art breakdown video. This one is of my drawing of Ben 10 and I do have to admit I am very proud of it. Are there a bunch of mistakes? Absolutely. I'm gonna tell you right now, I was inspired to draw this Ben 10 art because I was watching the Ben 10 show on Netflix, and then unfortunately I realized after the fact, because I did not want to use reference, I drew a couple of things wrong. You know, his shirt and his Omnitrix arm are not correct, which is sad because when I was originally drawing it, I clearly knew which hand the Omnitrix was supposed to be on, but then, you know, I couldn't get the perspective right, and I did not want to look up reference until the next day, in which I went ahead and I found this picture of Slade from Teen Titans, and I felt like I could use that as reference as a, you know, starting point and go from there, and it looked pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I thought, you know, like I had the idea and I felt like I executed it pretty well. It wasn't until later on that I realized, oh, that is not that. I should have flipped it because that is not his right hand. But yeah, it's pretty much just a simple drawing. I just had this idea that's pretty common with Ben 10. I feel like it's just, you know, him transforming or whatever, but this is a different kind of like art style from my Spider-Man drawing that I had. For this one I kind of just went for inking the whole thing. You know, I sketched it and then I went for meticulously inking it. I think in part because I wanted it to be more cartoony, and then I do go ahead and I add some shading and lighting. Is it right? Probably not, but I kind of just, you know, had the assumption that the brightest point was going to be the heat blast arm, you know, transforming, and that was going to light up the rest of him and probably cast a shadow on the parts that were not in direct contact with the light. So is the shading and lighting wrong? It could be, but I kind of just went for it, and ultimately I think it turned out pretty good. So if there's anything you can take away from this video, it is going to be that I highly recommend use reference, because reference was how I was able to even get the pose I was happy with to begin with, and reference would have saved me from realizing that I had put the watch on the wrong hand or arm, and that Ben doesn't actually have his stripes going all the way down like I have him have his shirt here. But you know, it is what it is. Ultimately I could call it just an interpretation of Ben. At the end of the day, I'm pretty happy with how the piece turned out. Are things wrong? Yeah, but you know, it's not too bad. Maybe I'm glazing myself or trying to save myself, but man, I don't know. And then I went ahead and added some more light from the Omnitrix to like give it this like, oh, glow, because you know he just transformed, you know, and it always does a nice green flash. And then I was messing with Procreate's blurring effects, and I came across this half tone, I think is what it's called, with the little dots and stuff, and I was like, yeah, that feels Ben 10-y. So I put that in there, and you know, I just tried kind of blending it in. And then I actually went ahead and I created this crazy background. I had no idea where I was going with it. I was just trying to remember in my head what the background actually looked like and stuff when he's like transforming, and obviously I'm very off, but to be honest, I kind of liked how I created the halftone stuff and the circles and this weird, like, it's just like this whole shebang of his colors and the Omnitrix colors, right? And yeah, I don't think it's horrible. It's definitely one of my more finished pieces. I definitely did a lot more with it, you know. What I can take away from this experience is pretty much throw away your ego. Go ahead and get some reference, because it's not worth struggling to have your brain come up with some kind of pose if you don't even have the general library of poses in your head already. You know, like, I'm learning, I should use reference, and if you're learning as well, I highly recommend using reference. Anyway, I really hope you guys enjoyed this drawing. For what it's worth, I still think it's pretty cool, and I really think it has inspired me to continue my art journey, you know, to keep drawing and stuff. So if you want to see more content like this, don't forget to drop a like, and please subscribe to the channel. It will help me a lot. Now I highly recommend you go back and check out the Spider-Man video. That one is also cool, and you know, from there maybe you can check out a different video if you've already seen both, which should be like right here or something. I don't know. Yeah, thanks for watching, and catch y'all in the next one. Peace.